In this video, we're going to be exploring the Sharpie dual-ended brush markers, reviewing the supplies, looking at the colors, and looking at some brush lettering techniques. Before we begin the review, let me give you a sneak peek of what these markers can do. Watch as I demonstrate some brush lettering using the Sharpie dual-ended brush markers. I'll demonstrate a simple quote to show you the brush capabilities of these markers. And right now I am writing a quote that I found that was really cute, and I am using the brush lettering. So when you go down with brush lettering, it's thicker, and then when you go up, it's thinner. So that V, you can really see that. I am still working on my brush lettering skills. I love to do it. I've been practicing like for this whole last year, and I feel like I'm kind of getting there. But I feel like I'm really good at like seeing what other people have done and doing it, but it's hard for me to like think of things myself or the lettering styles. So I feel like that will come with time. But I found this one in cursive, and I changed it to this kind of lettering right here, and I really liked it. So now I'm going to take a gray, celestial gray after this, and I am going to do the shading with that. I'm using the dual tip right now to write the little quotes, and I really like the dichotomy of the big and the little marker strokes on here. And then after this, I am going to take that celestial gray and I'm going to go over it, and it will just have that 3D popping effect right here. So this one is not a brush because unfortunately we do not have gray in the brush lettering, but it works well because it's not as thick as the other one, and we can make it look super nice. So you can see how you start to get that shadow on there, and it's going to give it like look 3D. And I love gray. It's probably one of my favorites. It's the color I run out of all the time because I use it a lot for not shading, for shadows, and I really think it's a great color. I usually use a lighter gray than like a darker gray because you don't want to see it too much, but seeing it just a little bit will be nice. And then you can also do another lettering style that I did not do here, and that is where you write with the fine tip after, like on the L, you write to the right of it. But I tried it out and I do like it, but I love the gray a lot better. So now I'm just using a regular ultra fine tip to put the shading on the smaller words, and I think that works really well too. Like you can't see it a ton, but like when you look at it close, it looks a lot better. So this is the lettering. Look at how nice that was. It was
now let's talk about the supplies.
The Sharpie dual-ended brush markers come in a pack of 12 colors. Super easy to get.
Each so I definitely recommend these if you like to letter.
A fine tip on one end and a brush tip on the other, providing versatility for a wide range of projects. You can do like shoes, you can do canvas, you can do paper, lettering, you could make like a planner if you wanted. There are so many different options that you could do with the two ends. These brush markers are thinner than the previous brush markers, and they are easier to hold than the other ones were. Let's sort these real quick because I know you guys like it when I sort the colors for sure. It's so fun to put them in color order, especially when you get them brand new. I've been using these ones for a while. The black is a little frayed. I let someone use it and I told them how to use it and I just assumed they would know, but it was not that way. It just reminds me that you do need to know how to use these markers, otherwise you will ruin the tips, and that's with any brush marker. So now we're going to go into the colors. I'm demonstrating them in a circle and how you would fill things in with, and I'm also doing them with lines, and I'm going to show you what the ultra fine tip looks like. These ones are not named, so as we go through them, we're going to name them. So if you do get this pack, you have the names, don't worry. There's also, I have a blog post with all of these names below that you can get. So the first color is berry, the next color is powder pink, red, orange, yellow, lime. The next color is going to be green. And I feel like these are the standard colors in the hero pack. The next one is turquoise, or the standard pack. The next one's going to be blue. The one after that is going to be purple. And that purple is super dark. The next one is brown, and the last one is going to be black. These colors are super vibrant. I feel like they're a good selection. I do wish that there were 24 colors so you could do a little bit more with these. And we're going to demonstrate right now the difference between filling in a heart with a regular Sharpie, and then we're going to fill it in with the brush Sharpie, and watch how much faster it is filling it in with a brush Sharpie than it is a regular one. So we're filling it in with the regular, and the really good thing about Sharpie ink is that it does flow, and so it's a more forgiving than like a regular marker. So like, see how it's not quite 100% with everything going down. So it will flow together, but it just takes a while to put this all together, and it isn't super consistent, the lines and all that. So that's the one that is just with a regular marker. Now we're going to get into the brush marker, and this is where these markers are really going to shine. So when you fill them in like this, look at how nice that is and how much faster that already is. The ink is more consistent in the flow, so you can kind of see a little bit different how it just goes into the page a little better. It's faster, it's smoother, it's prettier. I definitely like doing that with that one better. And then so next we're going to demonstrate just some of the blending techniques below. We're going to look at a few of them and see which ones are the best. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to try to blend the blue and the turquoise, and this ink is very fast drying on this paper. You can see that there's that separation between the two already just because it already kind of dried, but I'm just kind of putting it in more, and you can see that I'm able to get that blend right there and get like different colors. You know what I should have done is I should have tried blending like yellow and red or yellow and blue and see if we get a different color. And then now I'm gonna go see if we put the blue down first, and then the turquoise, and then we put the blue over it if we get any sort of different color or anything. So let's look down here. I think it's a little bit lighter. It's not like a ton lighter, but it is a little bit lighter. And the next one that we're gonna demonstrate is we're gonna try that first one again and just see if we can get a little bit more. So instead of going over all of the blue, I went halfway through the blue, and you really can get that blend right there. It's pretty nice, and it's going to dry a little bit lighter and kind of flow together. And then the next one I'm going to demonstrate is the layering capability. So let's say you just have one marker. If you want to go and do multiple layers, you can get variations in the shade of this marker. Look at how nice that is. We are getting dark on the right and we're light on the left. I'm going to add a little bit more on this little area right here, and then we're going to see how dark. So there's like 5 to 7 layers of darkness that you can get with this marker, and that would be really good for creating gradients in your drawings and such. And the next, so I'm going to draw a little arrow because we have a fine point. Why not use that one, right? And the next one that I'm going to do is I am going to come over here and try it with the green and see if we get any, and the lime, and see if we get it. So we can see that we are getting kind of a difference right there, just like we did with those blues, and I think it looks super nice. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is you can try to touch these together, and you can put some of this green on the lime. You can kind of just hold the green above the lime, and you put it on the brush. So we're going to come up here. I'm going to see. So you can't really tell until you start drawing and see what it looks like without. And right now it doesn't look too apparent, but when it dries, it's definitely going to come and be different. So that's another way to get variations with the markers, is to use this. But this is one thing where only having 12 markers and not having a highlight and regular shade would be better, because you would be able to get even more blending capabilities. I feel like we're really limited only having 12 colors. I really like just to have a highlight and a shade color for each one of these. So if we had 24, I would love all 65 of them to be in brush. I feel like that is just the next step, and to have names, of course. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned lettering artist or a seasoned artist, these markers will definitely elevate your creations. They're so easy to use, and I love using them. Thanks so much for watching. Did you like the brush markers? What did you like best to do with them? What would you make with them? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more lettering and art content. See you in the next video.